next big Xbox game that's probably coming to PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch at some point, but I've been playing it. And currently, as I record this video, I'm about halfway through the main story.
So you haven't completed the game, man. You want to call this an honest review and you haven't even completed the game, man. What's wrong with you, man? I'm surprised people ain't calling you out for this garbage. Seriously? You didn't even complete the game, and yet you think you have the audacity to drop a review in this community and then have the audacity to say it's brutally honest. You gotta be kidding me, man. And what's even more funny, when you drop this video, Avowed has only been out for 4 hours, and yet for some reason you got a video talking about how I'm reviewing the game like you got a review copy. You bought this game on Xbox just so you could play the game early because the game don't drop on Game Pass until the 18th. So there you go. Keep continuing to give Microsoft your money. And when they do port it to the PS5, make sure to give them another $70 while you at it. See, this is why it doesn't pay to be a fanboy.
A chance to do weapon upgrades and talking to companions and exploring quite a bit. And,
but you haven't completed the game. So how did you even make this review, bro?
I decided to peek at the internet. It does.
I don't care what the internet says. Because at the end of the day, the internet is not the ones reviewing the game, are they? You see, this is the problem, bro. It's the fact that you guys uphold no integrity in this community. Now, if you played it for the first 5 hours and you didn't like it, like I did some of the games, like Indiana Jones, well, that's perfectly fine. But you don't sit there and have me saying, Indiana Jones, review, even though I didn't complete the game. That is very disingenuous, and I'm very shocked as to why people are not calling you out, even in your own community.
Half of the reviewers that are out there are giving this...
But what about your review?
Incredibly low review scores, including IGN and GameSpot.
So you figured that, okay, if they're giving it low review scores, I could decide to bash Microsoft again in my video. That's not how it works, bro. It's the fact that you people... You know what's crazy? We're supposed to trust the YouTube channels over these professional gaming journalists. And unfortunately, you guys act, if not worse, than the people that you guys want to sit there and talk about. People like you is the people we're supposed to look up to be like, yeah, I could trust this man's review. But no, you don't even complete the game. And this is probably why you hide your trophies and achievements on PlayStation, because you don't want people knowing the truth, bro. You ain't nothing but a fraud, bro.
Some people are saying it's the best RPG ever, and after having played about half of the game itself...
Half of the game, but you didn't finish it.
I'm a bit mixed, because this is by Obsidian. These people have done a ton of incredibly good...
And what I find so funny, ain't nobody was bashing Obsidian when they were making games on PlayStation, but now all of a sudden that this game dropped day and date on Xbox, there seems to be a problem because it skipped the PS5. This is all it is, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, all you people keep doing is, the game got bugs, it got issues, it got flaws, and so did Fallout New Vegas. And I still enjoyed it, even on the PS3 when it came out, which I found out has the most issues. And ain't nobody said nothing about no Bethesda and Obsidian games. Now y'all want to sit there talking about, the story ain't good. Well, neither was it in Fallout New Vegas, and that happens to be one of my favorite, man. I mean, come on, Benny. With the little, what was it, the little poker chip, really? I mean, come on, man. I mean, that whole story was laughable, but it happened to be one of my favorite Fallout games in the series.
Games like The Outer Worlds, Fallout New Vegas, stuff like Pillars of Eternity. I mean, they are a company that more than anybody else has mastered the art of the role-playing game, meaning that it's a game that has the ability to have fun combat, carnage, and craziness, but also the exciting conversations, those times where you're trying to talk a boss into and kill bears and loot stuff. That's when the game is good. But the problem is that it lacks impact.
What are you talking about, man? I mean, this same argument can be made even with Skyrim. I mean, a lot of these games have a certain appeal to them. What do you mean lack impact? Oh, it's not enough cinematics for you? Was that what you was expecting with this game? 2-hour cutscenes?
So in this, we're playing as a character called the Envoy. You get to make your own custom characters to look good. And I like that. Whether it is particle effects or enemies dying and looting gear and stuff like that, everything looks fantastic.
Oh, well, there you go. End the review. 9 out of 10. Like I said, man, I find it so funny that you talk highly about the game and then you go as far to bash it because we already know why. because the game didn't drop on PS5. Y'all did the same thing with Indiana Jones, and now that you find out that there's a version coming out on PS5, oh, now all of a sudden Indiana Jones is a good game. No. Keep the same energy. And then you want to sit there and go, oh, you guys are just mad that we're going to buy Xbox games, but you said you weren't going to buy them on Xbox or buy them anyway. Y'all are the hypocrites. Y'all the ones coping. Y'all the ones sitting there saying that these games is awful and ain't nobody want to play them and Xbox got no games just to find that you guys are playing them on PlayStation. It's the hypocrisy, bro. Like, I really don't get it from you individuals.
I played this on the Xbox Series X.
Well, there you go. That means you gave Microsoft 70. I don't know. There's like some pre-order thing that you get to get a chance to play the game early. So you did that because I'm still waiting to play it on the 18th because that's when it drops on Game Pass. So you gave Microsoft your money for this game. And when it drops on PS5, make sure you give Microsoft $70 again when you go out and decide to buy the game. Microsoft is making money off you dummies.
This in, what do they call it? Performance mode? Yeah, performance mode. And it was hard locked 60 FPS. I feel like the only time I had any frame rates, I had 2 separate times.
And which is pretty impressive for an open world game that's running on Unreal Engine 5. But yet us Xbox fans are supposed to feel bad. Weren't these the narratives y'all were talking about? How Xbox can't get 60 FPS? And yet they got it on an open world game such as Avowed? Bruh. You know what, man? Like, to me, bro, it's just a blasphemy in this community. I don't care if y'all don't like Xbox, bro, but it's these narratives, these things that you're pushing. This is quite impressive. It runs on Unreal Engine 5, and it maintains somewhat of a solid 60 FPS on some regions. Obviously, it's going to dip in certain areas that are more populated. We get that. But still, that is very impressive. And yet, for some reason, y'all still find anything to bash this game. Now, if I pick up and play it and I don't like it, well, that's fine. But I'm not going to sit there and label it as a review.
Where frames got bad, and both times were just during cutscenes where certain characters were running at a low frame rate, and I don't really know why. But let me talk to you about how you battle. So, this has weapon swapping, and I talk to you about how you battle. So, this has weapon swapping, and I absolutely love it. So
See, it's so funny that you say that the graphics good, it's 60 FPS. So why would anybody take this review seriously considering that you didn't complete the game, on top of the fact that you want to throw these little negative comments about it, even though more likely that you're enjoying it? Just say, oh man, Microsoft, you had a good game. You know, this is a game that I'm liking. This is a game more of this. But no, there's always some animosity. There's always some hatred towards Microsoft, even though that these are the games that you're enjoying. It's ridiculous, man. You guys sound like the ex-boyfriend that just can't get over his ex-girlfriend, but yet you still love her and you still want to give her all your money and you still want to take care of her even though she's with a whole nother person. What are y'all doing, man? Don't y'all have any sort of self-worth amongst each other?
This is default. You don't have to unlock it. It's there right at the start of the game. You equip 2 sets of weapons simultaneously and spam repeat the same things over and over again. At one point, I was in an area that was too high level. I was trying to basically kill some weak stuff to get some gear, because typically if you kill something, you'll find gear that's like closer to the appropriate level. And one of my companions, over and over and over again, saying, that's not going to be strong enough. That's not going to be strong enough. That's not going to be strong enough. Like 50 times while I'm in the middle of actually killing somebody. And it gets...
So, I mean, hold on. Are we really complaining about this? I remember things like this in Sonic. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. I mean, this is something that I've seen in a lot of old games, and we used to just laugh about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's your argument? Because the character wants to keep spamming. The characters keep telling you that your weapon is not strong enough, and you're literally fighting with the person that's helping you? You big dummy? Then maybe you should switch to a weapon that would actually help you in what you're doing. Dreamcast, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Bro, the game is telling you yourself that you don't know what you're doing. Come on, man. Let's hear this again, bro. I can't believe this.
Over again saying, that's not...
Because you're not playing the game right.
You have to get some gear, because typically if you kill something, you'll find gear that's like closer to the appropriate level. And one of my companions, over and over and over again, saying, That's not going to be strong enough. That's not going to be strong enough. That's not going to
So
be.
the game is sitting there telling you, warning you that that's not going to be strong enough, and you keep brute forcing your way through it. And then when you die, you want to sit there and say, "Oh, the game sucks." I mean, the fact that the game's telling you over 50 times that that will not be strong enough means that it's probably more likely not strong enough.
Strong enough. Like 50 times while I'm in the middle of actually killing somebody. And it gets to that point where I'm like, buddy, if this isn't strong enough and I'm currently killing them.
But that's more likely because you're playing it on easy mode. Let's not forget.
I think I'm fine. I almost wish that there was an option to turn off dialogue. I know that's kind of rude. I'm sorry. These are talented voice actors. I actually think the acting in this game is good, despite the rather clunky conversational options at times. But I did get a bit irked when I start to hear the same dialogue 500 times in a row. I want to be like, I got it. I know these are strong. I can see the skulls. I see that they're freaking one-shotting my minions.
But I've seen this in a lot of old games, and I don't think any of us really complain. So if these are the only complaints that you got, then this is probably a very good game.
I got it. But when you start to get tougher, when you start to level up, when you start to progress, when your character's build begins to click, damn, is it fun.
Well, there you go, guys. He said the game is fun, but let's see what else he's got to say. So everything you said has been positive, so let me guess. You're going to put a big old number on it.
Actually, what I'm saying is this. If you currently have Game Pass, absolutely this is worth a download. Absolutely, I think this is worth playing. I think this is worth exploring, but are you going to want to beat it? Are you going to want to buy this for $7?
I mean, I hope you beat the game, considering that this is a brutally honest review. Ain't that the whole purpose of a review, Dreamcast? I mean, don't worry about what other people are doing. I think you need to be more concerned if you beat the game, considering that you have a brutally honest review.
Yes, absolutely, this is worth a download. Absolutely, I think this is worth playing.
Why would you just say first impressions? My brutally honest first impressions. Why did you have to label this an honest review?
Worth exploring, but are you going to want to beat it? Are you going to want to buy
I hope you beat it, and clearly you haven't.
Buy this for $70 when it comes out on PlayStation 5 or $70 when it comes out on Nintendo Switch? I don't think so. But
I mean, you have been saying nothing but positive things, and yet now all of a sudden you're telling PlayStation 5 owners to not buy this game. Please, PlayStation 5 gamers, you heard what he said. The game's fun, the graphics, it's 60 FPS. This is all what you guys like. So please proceed to give Microsoft more of your money while this fool decides to do the same when he picks up the PS5 version. You people are stupid, bro. How do you guys claim that you hate a company so much, but yet time and time again you continue to give them your money? While PlayStation is failing to sell Concord or Marathon or whatever other exclusive game that they got coming out, you guys proceed to give your money to Microsoft. You guys ain't nothing but a joke.
Just been some off-the-cuff thoughts after playing the first half of the game itself.
First half of the game. Bro, you barely been playing the game for 10, 15. I guarantee this ain't even your gameplay, bro. Like, come on, man.
Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video...
Out here lying to people, bro. Like, I mean, come on, bro. By the time the game even dropped, you had this video. That was 4 hours of pro. Like, there's no way possible that you finished this game, bro. Like, why are you out here lying to people, bro? This is all you do. You have built your channel on lies, bro. Like, seriously. The fact that people ain't calling you out in your comment section, I know after I've said this, people are going to make videos about how he literally dropped a review on a game that he didn't even complete. Now, if I play the game and I choose not to finish it and I personally don't like it, let's just have it like no different than Hellblade 2, then that's more of a first impressions. That's not a review. But even I go as far to say that even though I didn't like Hellblade 2, it's still a good game for people that like the first one. I could sit there and still be rational and don't have to be a pathetic little fanboy bashing other games that people like. And to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of, well, hopefully I have to see how it is, but I love Fallout New Vegas. But ever since Skyrim, I'm going to be honest, ever since Skyrim, I just kind of lost my love for these type of games. I really did. But hopefully when I do play it, hopefully it will rekindle something. Hopefully it does something completely different or unique that I've never seen. But Fallout New Vegas was peak to me. You know what I mean? Skyrim, I prefer Oblivion over Skyrim. I'm going to tell people right now, I prefer Morrowind in Oblivion over Skyrim. Skyrim to me is a good game. Not saying it's a bad game, but it's the game that made these games casual. Can we all agree? It's the games that made these games easy and accessible. And like I said, I'm not saying they're trying to sit there and boast my hardcore gaming aspects, but that's kind of what I liked about the older Elder Scrolls, is that they were challenging, and I get it. With Skyrim, they're trying to appeal to that mass appeal. So I'm not saying this game is overly difficult, but I kind of preferred it. You know what I mean? But like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And like I said, man, please don't be like Dreamcast guy dropping reviews on games that you haven't finished. Thank you.